So on a nice Saturday afternoon, well, it was actually morning, I woke up to an email nicely worded by Amazon saying that I was going to get my book late. They delayed my book because everybody and their mom bought the book. Nobody could fulfill the pre-orders. So what I had to do, I had to wait an extra week. It messed up the entirety of my plans for a summer camp that I was teaching. But anyway, we have it now. So, you know, boom, here we are. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Art of Across the Spiderverse, the movie, in all gold sheeting and lettering. Yeah, this book I have been waiting for a few weeks now, ever since I saw the movie, actually. There was a lot of stuff that I really want to do in regards to this book and actually talk to the book, yes. Talk about with this book. Out of the, what is it now? It is 222 illustrious pages, and then if you include these two spreads, it's 226, because these are absolutely phenomenal. Out of these very, very heavy pages, very high quality pages, we have a lot of stuff that helps you understand why this movie was made the way it was. Voices from the directors, the artists, the writers, and everyone else in between. And we're gonna just go ahead and do just a couple of things. I wanted to explore 5 topics that I actually found in this book that I really wanted to talk about, or at least that I saw in the movie that I wanted to talk about with the help of the art book. The first one, we're going to be talking about the one and only one right here, Spider-Gwen. We're going to talk about her world, her entire story layout, and, you know, how her colors work for her world as well as her character design. We're going to do the same thing for Miles. We're going to talk about his background, himself, as well as Miles G. Morales, because that particular gentleman is on this page. Just in case you don't know, he's right here on this page. I'm not going to tell you who he is. I just want you to be able to figure out which one he is. Tell me in the comments below if you found out who he is before I actually get to that part, you know. Anyway, the third topic, we're going to talk about Spider-Punk, the one and only rebellious Brit himself, because that man was just absolutely fabulous. We're also going to talk about my other rebellious gentleman, Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099, because he was absolutely fabulous too. The last thing that we're going to talk about are some of the extraneous characters. Well, not really extraneous, because most characters here were just like super important. So like, can you really call him a side character? I mean, you can, but you can't. But anyway, we're going to talk about Miles' parents, Genki, and a couple of other side characters, like the various spider people that we didn't really get to talk about. You know who I'm talking about. So anyway, we're going to get to all of that. But first, feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends, because I really love this, and I might actually do more art books like this in the future if I'm actually able to find some. I'll just have to watch the movies again like a couple of times and have fun with that. But anyway, other than that, that little ramble thing aside, we're going to get right into it, because I'm very happy to get into this book. I already left a lot of tabs open because I'm a stickler for bookmarks, but I just don't have enough bookmarks anymore. So I just use sticky notes. So this forward is so necessary to actually understanding like what goes into this book. And I'll actually like have it on screen, because after reading it about 5 or 6 times, I came to realize like, oh, that's why this dog is here. It's right here. It's in this paragraph. This forward talks about so much stuff that helps summarize everything. This actually is called a forward, but this could easily be called the conclusion of this entire book. But anyway, so much good stuff is talked about there in regards to storytelling and in regards to writing, as well as how everything came together and how everything needed to be built off of the back of what was done before. And you like, yeah, that makes perfect sense, because this movie is a sequel. But at the same time, this movie is a sequel, but it's also a standalone movie in the weirdest way possible, because it's like, we see people from the last movie, yeah, but this movie is not that movie. All of that is being said in this particular set of paragraphs right here on this page. Oh yeah, also this book is on Amazon. So please go buy it. Link in the description, because I can't show you all the pages. I'm going to show you some of the good ones because, yeah. So this illustration was done right here by Kat Sai. I absolutely love their work because of how ridiculously beautiful and immaculate these watercolor illustrations are. Just to show you one more time, because like, man, are they absolutely good. And this is probably one of the standout pieces of art that I've seen in the book, but also these were some of the standout things that I was actually able to see towards the beginning of the movie, and as Gwen became a bit more of a focus on the entire story. Well, at least when she was the focus of some of the scenes, the bleeding of the watercolors in the background became more prevalent, and I just kind of lost my mind in the theater when I was going through it. So yeah, storyboards for literally the first parts of the movie right here. Love that. Absolutely love that. Just magnificently fabulous. This illustration right here, just love it so much. This is nothing but shape design, and I really wanted to talk to my students about this, but again, I got everything wrong about the timing for this, so I couldn't do it. But anyway, I want to show you Rio, because Rio is best mother, because she's awesome, and I love these expressions right here. This expression, she made me laugh a lot more. Reminds me, I need to do more of these for my own characters. More to that to come later. Anyway, don't worry about that part. Also, don't you love how Jeff just looks like this? Jeff looks like this in such a weird way, and I really love how that works. He came out very interesting, and I liked how all of that was working the way it did. The dynamic that Miles has with, well, Spider-Man, two different people. Spider-Man has with Jefferson towards the beginning of the movie, as he's, you know, doing all his Spider-Man stuff. I really love that, because they just build up upon it, and you can tell that there's that energy of, hey, I'm hiding something from you, but you don't know what it is yet. I love it, and it's perfectly summed up in this particular still right here. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so now, actually going into Spider-Gwen, this way that everything is done with Spider-Gwen's character, like especially when it comes down to all of this right here, it was actually like super well done, and I really loved it a lot more than I think I should have. So this illustration right here is another great piece of work that you see throughout the actual movie. Like, this is basically how Gwen's world actually ends up looking for most of her entire time that she's actually in the world. Like, everything is melting in the background, and even now you can see like how all of the watercolor bleeds down into what basically is her world. And throughout the book, it's actually talking about how the watercolor bleeds in the black. I say bleeds, but it's not really that. It washes down. That's actually a more appropriate word for watercolor. It washes down, and it actually ends up becoming a sort of visual representation of Gwen's tunnel vision, of how she's always focused in the moment. And they actually say that in the book. I saw it, but I'm just like, huh, I don't know how to perfectly like put that together. And they did it for me, because, you know, it's not like they made the movie or anything. And I love this sketchy watercolor right here, or at least how it looks. And this might actually be completely digital art, but I don't care. It looks very good. Okay, that's Tiffany Lamb. Okay, cool. And then this is another piece of Kat's art. This one right here, I absolutely love. It is so abstract, yet very concrete and precise in what you need to be looking at and where the focus is. So if you actually do like a golden ratio and stuff, you can actually like focus it right onto Gwen. I love that so much. Absolutely marvelously done. Here is some more of that. This is actually like one of my favorite backgrounds that I saw in the movie. This isn't exactly what it looked like, but this was basically what it looked like. And this is her coming into the art museum. This is actually her in front of the art museum. I think her dad is somewhere right here in the movie. I think. And then here he is, George Stacy. I'm gonna add him in here too, because I actually like how he was represented. I love how he looks. He's a giant, stocky human being. He looks like a police captain. We love that. We love that about our police captain dads, because they both look the same. They both have the same build. I can't unsee it now. That is hilarious. Well, anyway, moving on. I really want to talk about the Vulture, but the Vulture's like the Vulture's entire makeup right now is probably going to be something that I can't even get into. So yeah, enjoy these little pictures right here. Enjoy these because these worked very well for me, and I really liked how they came out. And this board sequence right here, super phenomenal. I just love how they were actually able to capture all of this. And he was such a weird character, but I'm pretty sure he came from the 1602. I'm pretty sure he came from the 1602 universe. Here's the Spot. He looks so lovely. I love it. I like how the Spot came to be a character. Super weird. Super duper weird. And the evolution here is so cool. Like that is absolutely awesome. I want to make a joke about Super Saiyan evolution, but like I don't even know how to begin to make that joke. But anyway, I love how that looks. Look at that. That is just perfect. Here's some more of Gwen's Homeworld. I wonder why they titled it that. Anyway, just absolutely very lovely, and some more examples of how the watercolor is used to help narrow her focus and her vision for the entirety of like the just the movie, and it came out so beautifully. Like I'm seeing it now a lot more with certain background designers and how they actually work on doing stuff like this, and it's really making me super happy to have studied backgrounds the way I did, because I had a lot of abstract background training over the past few years, but nothing too crazy. There is a bird like just screaming outside. I don't even know if y'all gonna hear that, but anyway, here's some storyboards, or at least these are actually color boards. Wait, that's not the name. Anyway, they're color boards in my head. But anyway, I love how these came to be. So these are actually throughout the movie. They're not really in a sequence, but they do help map out how Gwen's colors are supposed to look, especially when she has certain emotions at bay, or at on display, which is the better word for me. Here's how the high school looks. This is actually like the first sequence of the movie, and this is absolutely marvelous. So Kat did another well done job of getting the colors right, and just making us actually like feel where the focus is on the color with the colors. I really like that. It was very enjoyable to watch. Oh, here is Miles's world. Let's move back over. I actually really love how they came about using some of his designs to figure out what they wanted to do next, and I love how they just simplified it down. And Chris Anka on Twitter actually talked about this too, and he posted a lot of variants of Miles's outfits that they were playing with. And even myself, I was like, I can see why a lot of these didn't work the way that they did. Like, Miles's suit is inherently almost fully black, at least 88.9%, maybe even 98% black. So adding too much red to his suit will be a little bit too derivative of the original Peter Parker, which you might be thinking, ain't that really the point? Not really, but kind of. But you know, you'll see how it works. But anyway, I like how that came to be. I really love they kept it simple. It's very similar to what was done with the previous suit, but less red actually. Well, to me at least, less red. I love it. Also, I love how the symbols look. I like the back symbol a lot more. So here are some of the actual designs that Chris posted to his Twitter, and a lot of these end up working. Like, a lot of these work very well, but there's too much red. So, you know, this is actually how he looked in the original movie. You know, he basically co-opted one of the older Spider-Man outfits that Peter B. Parker gave him, if I'm correct. I haven't seen that movie in 5 years, so I may be wrong in how he got his suit, but you know, it still looks the same, but you know, slightly different, and it makes perfect sense. He's a different person. Oh yeah, his room is just absolutely phenomenal, and I was super excited to actually get to that. I love how his sketchbook looks. I love all the little pieces of stuff. I love all of the ridiculousness that he has on his sketchbook. Just perfect summation of what it means to be a person who likes to make stuff. Not even just an artist, but just a person who keeps stuff together. Like, you got the paint cans, sketchbooks all over the place. I assume this is an Uncle Aaron bobblehead, but you probably can't even see that. I love that. I love that perfectly. I forgot where this is. I think this is Miles's mother's garden. I'm not sure. Anyway. 2099 himself. And someone said that this looks like Willem Dafoe. The group chat is wild. I don't know. I'm not sure if that looks like Willem Dafoe. If you think that looks like Willem Dafoe, tell me. But anyway, I love Miguel O'Hara's design. I love how they changed him just a little bit throughout the entire movie. I'm still trying to figure out where his cape is. Like, where did this cape come from? I don't know. It's weird. These are his kids. Question mark, kids or child. This was perfect. I love this portrait. You're gonna see a little bit more of these portraits throughout the book, but like I think Miles's portrait was good. Miguel's portrait is great, and then Spider-Punk's portrait, you'll see that in a second, is just absolutely phenomenal. I love these right here. I just loved it. He actually looks happy, you know. Don't we love that? These character portraits are just phenomenal. These are actually perfect because you see most of these throughout the movie. His 3D model is actually super perfect too. I love the contrast between his different outfits too. It gives me that Superman Clark Kent dynamic as well, showing off muscles basically and keeping them hidden and all that other good stuff. This page is super cool too. It actually shows off the blue of his outfit because originally in the comics, Spider-Man 2099's outfit was actually black, and then you know they was like, huh, we can change that to blue and still keep it black. So they did. It made perfect sense. Then here are his headquarters and a few other things that are related to him. And then this particular shot that you see all over the trailers and everything, absolutely phenomenal. I love that. And I'm wondering how these relate to that here. I'm pretty sure it's just the jumping animation for him landing and everything. Really love that though. And here's some theory around his outfit. These are actually two different outfits here. I think this is the original outfit from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, as well as Edge of Time. I believe. I loved it so much though, but it was there's a big dynamic between these two that I really like. That I noticed it the first time I saw it. Oh, here's Lyla. I forgot. She looks like the perfect Disney villain actually. She looks like Cruella de Vil. Now that I think about it, I love that. I love that a lot. That's really cool. I like how she ends up looking throughout like most of the movie, and the pixelated design that they have to add. Her animation style is a little bit digital, so they have to actually change it up occasionally throughout the movie to make sure she is depicted properly. Or at least that's how I've noticed it. I really like how that came together. And now we have my boy Hobie, because I love him so much. He's really cool. I was super surprised to see him in the movie the way that they did it. I was also equally surprised that they actually hit his face the first time that he took off his mask. And I really thought for like most of the movie they were going to do a super duper funny gag of keeping his face hidden even though he had his mask off. I thought they were going to do something like that, and then I was like, that would be extremely intricate and very much infuriating for somebody, because somebody's going to have to keep track of that. So they did it the one time, and you know, it came to be one of the coolest reveals for a character that actually wasn't really a reveal, because you didn't see him until like later on in the movie. Super love that. Here's his character portrait that I absolutely love. So crazy. Love how the hair just doesn't even get contained in the page. They just said, no, we're not doing that. We're just gonna show you how he looks completely, because why not? And to that I say thank you. Because why not? So I actually thought that they were going to use Hobie's guitar similar to what they used the web slinger's horse, and as well as the web slinger's other weapons for, but they didn't. I thought like there were going to be built-in web shooters inside of the guitar, but it wasn't like that. I was super surprised, but you know, cool thing that I just thought of as I was going through all of this. It was super fun to think about though. With all of that being said and done and out of the way and all that good stuff, I hope you liked the little art book display that I did here, because this is my first time actually reviewing an art book, and I was like, huh, why not do something like this? This was super fun and very long, as I'm looking at the timestamp right next to me. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like, do all that good stuff, smash the YouTube subscribe button at the bottom of the thing, and do all the stuff that the YouTubers tell you to do, because it actually helps us in the algorithm and all that other stuff. Or at least that's what I've been told by that person who tells me stuff. In the comments, tell me, who are some of your favorite Spider people, and like, what do you want to see like later on in Beyond the Spider-Verse and all the other cool stuff. There's also a character in this book. I'm not going to show. There's a character in the back of this book who I definitely did not see, but she may or may not actually be in the movie. I'm not sure. But anyway, I had a good time with that. And if you had a good time with this, I hope so, because you know, that makes all of this worth it. With all of that being said, I think we're done. This has been Across the Spider-Verse and the art of. And we've been all across the art of this Spider-Verse book. Anyway, that was a better segue in my head. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you all later. Go watch the other 2 videos I made. They're super helpful. If I remember to put this part in, or at least yell at Jerry to do that.